Well, for Jazz fans, as bad as it has been this season, it'll be a season that they'll remember for a long time, especially if they end up getting that number 1 pick in the upcoming NBA draft. It's only a 14% chance, but those are the best possible odds. And with today's games in the NBA, the Jazz actually had a chance to make sure they don't pick any worse than 5th in the draft. That's the award that goes to the team with the worst record. The Jazz taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Only 8 players stepped on the floor for the Jazz in this one. Brice Sensabaugh was one of them. This was the 71st game that he's played this season. Only Kyle Filipowski has played in more games for the Jazz this season than Sensabaugh. And he was chucking up the threes, too. He hit 6 of 12 three-point shots against the Wolves. Sensabaugh, it's his 10th game with 5 or more three-pointers, including each of the last 3. 157 three-pointers made this season by Brice. That's second only behind Keontae George. 42.2% from 3. That's best on the team and 15th in the NBA. He led the Jazz with 22 points to go with 7 rebounds and 3 assists, including this pocket pass to Micah Potter for the poster. The Timberwolves, though, had loads of motivation for this game. A win would keep them out of the play-in and would lock them into the 6th spot in the playoffs. And Rudy Gobert, he was a big reason why Minnesota got the win, finishing with 19 points, 18 rebounds, and 4 blocked shots. But it was Anthony Edwards who stole the show, 18 points just in the 3rd quarter. He made 7 three-pointers in the game, breaking the single-season franchise record for made three-pointers at 320. And the biggest win of the night, well, it's the last time we have to see those Jazz uniforms, too. Woohoo! Edwards finished the game with a game-high 43 points. Oscar Tshiebwe had the Jazz only double-double, 18 points, 12 boards. The Jazz lose number 65 on the season, which is a franchise record. Just 6 minutes into the game, Jaden Springer, who started for the Jazz, went down with an injury. That left the Jazz with 7 available players. Will Hardy told Keontae George during a 2nd quarter timeout that he would not be coming out of the game. If he got tired, he could call a timeout, but he would be playing all 48 minutes, and he did, finishing with 14 points on 6 of 23 shooting, 7 assists in the loss. So, when was the last time a Jazz player played all 48 minutes in a game that did not go to overtime? Perfect topic for this week's dive into the KSL Sports archives. It happened on March 1st, 1992. The Jazz and Suns separated by just 1 game in a tight Western Conference race at the time. On that night, John Stockton scored 14 points, dished out 18 assists while playing all 48 minutes. It was a game the Jazz lost, though, 114 to 109.
Carrington, 1 second left. Boom. Inside, off the glass. Oh! Bob Carrington ends the season with a game winner off glass.
And that is how the Jazz ended the season with the worst record in the NBA. Bub Carrington of the Wizards ends their season in dramatic fashion. They finish 1 game ahead of the Jazz, or behind in the final standings, depending on your perspective. This is how the lottery standings end. The Utah Jazz will have 14% odds to win the lottery and can pick no lower than 5th. As Sam mentioned, the lottery decides the top 4 spots. The Wizards and Hornets also have 14% odds to win it. Since the lottery began in 1985, the team with the worst record has only won it 6 times. And since the odds were changed with the 2019 draft, the worst team is yet to win the lottery. So no guarantees.